Jamie, it's been a while since you've been at Newlands and under very different circumstances.
Yeah.
What's your expectations this time around?
I tell you what, it feels like a real rugby ground. Uh, when I first walked out at Newlands yesterday and saw the terraces at the end of the ground, it's a special place. I was chatting with John about Newlands being the oldest Test rugby venue in the world, and I guess coming here you feel immediately part of that history. And you see the jerseys of other famous players who've worn the kind of Western Province or Western Stormers jersey in the past, and you feel a part of that immediately. And you see some of the names up on the wall, and I'm hugely privileged to be here and be part of the history of this club. And then last year at Newlands as well, so it's a very special season for the boys.
Personally, your expectations of yourself and your game. I mean, obviously, you spoke a lot to John about their expectations, but what's your personal expectations?
Look, I want to win Super Rugby. That's why I've come here. I want to play in a team that's, I just want to contribute to the team and bring my strengths to the team. And John has seen something in me, so he's brought me into the squad. So yeah, it's about doing what I do well and trying to bring that to the Stormers and a different brand of rugby. Like Super Rugby is different to Northern Hemisphere rugby. It's quicker. I think the ball in play is higher. You see a lot more passing, a lot more. The ball is more open game, and certainly, I'm looking forward to playing that. A lot of the rugby we play back home is in the rain and on heavy pitches, and it's immediate difference. Training here the last few days, how fast the track is, how quick it is, how hot it is. That's very different to coming from 1 degrees temperature in Bath a few days ago. So. Just excited about bringing my strengths to the team and fitting in as quickly as possible.
Jamie, obviously, there's still in the Northern Hemisphere there'll still be a lot of demand for you. And it's obviously a lot more lucrative to play there. In terms of where you are in the space you are, what made you decide that you should come and play in the Southern Hemisphere? Is it just a matter of you always wanted to do it?
Look, it depends how you define lucrative. To me, lucrative is about rugby experience and life experience. It's not about money. And like South Africa, for me, having toured this country near enough 10 times in my career, every time I've toured here, it's been the best rugby experience. Having toured the world playing rugby, coming to South Africa is special. As a Welshman, blood runs in the veins of people here. It's a religion, and I can associate with that. Coming from Wales, and the opportunity to play in a country which has given me so much as a player, rugby experience-wise, is a huge honour, and it feels, in a strange way, it feels like, not that I belong here, but it feels like I'm coming to play my part in an amazing rugby country, and I feel hugely honoured to be able to do that.
Jamie, Craig, part of that experience. Would you do any sort of medical work while you're here?
No, I don't think so.
No, is it a hospital on a locum or something?
No. It's something I'm probably going to look at when I retire from the game. But no, I've never practiced clinically as a doctor. I got the degree back home in Cardiff. Did a bit of research out of Cambridge University in medical science. So, but never practiced. But who knows what the future holds? I might fall in love with South Africa and end up practicing here one day. But we'll see.
Jamie, you've got quite a few degrees, if I'm not mistaken. Probably more than all the guys together here. But
yeah. No, look, I'm quite. I'm a big believer in trying to further yourself off the field. Rugby. Any rugby player will tell you it can be quite monotonous at times. You're in the gym every day. You're on the training park every day, and yes, you're working towards a goal. But I think it's important to escape from the game as well when you do have time off, and filling my time trying to improve in whatever it is. Some lads, have families. Some lads, study. Some lads have businesses. But I think it's important for rugby players, in what is a finite career, that they, prepare for life after rugby. And I've been keen to do that since the age of 18. So, we'll see. I still don't know what I want to do, which is a bit weird.
You're studying too at the moment, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. So I'm doing a business masters back home in Loughborough, and I've put that on hold. Like, I've got my whole life to do that. Yeah. I don't have my whole life to have a rugby experience like this. So, huge thanks to John for giving me that opportunity. And even within the first 2 days, it feels special to be here. And it's been, my welcome here has been. I've never experienced a welcome like that at a club that I've played at. it's been quite humbling really to see, you know, how the lads have welcomed me. So yeah, just want to play my part in a winning team, I guess.
Jimmy, can you talk a little bit about how the initial introduction with Dover happened and how this actually came to be?
Well, yeah, I think you were in London. You were you were in London at
The
the time.
Saracens,
Visiting London, and look, I was travelling to London on that day, and John was interested in recruiting, I guess, a centre with experience in what is a relatively young backline here at the Stormers. And yeah, I guess my agent contacted me, and as soon as he mentioned the Stormers in Cape Town and South Africa and a chance to play Super Rugby, I jumped at the opportunity. I have a huge thanks to Bath for allowing me to kind of terminate my contract with them. I think the director of rugby there saw that, I guess, this opportunity probably wouldn't come around for me again in my career, and he saw that and acted in my best interest. So a huge thanks to Stuart Hooper at Bath for letting me do that. But I met John, and yeah, didn't hear anything then for about 4 or 5 weeks. I got a text on New Year's Day, so it's all happened pretty quickly in January, and yeah, here I am.
How much attention do you guys up north pay to this tournament when it's going on? I mean, is it something that you follow weekly? Do you watch it?
Yeah, look, as a kid growing up, I used to wake up early on Saturday mornings and watch Super Rugby on Sky, and it's just a different game, isn't it? It's amazing. You know, there's many ways to skin a cat in this game, and Super Rugby is different. And that's why to challenge myself in a different environment, to play a kind of different brand of rugby, it's hugely exciting for me. Especially, you know, I'm 33 now. Yes, got experience in the game, but still feel I have a lot to give.
Are you still available for Wales?
If that call comes calling, you know, Wales has always been, like any South African lad would want to play for the Springboks. If that phone call comes, I'll be having a chat with John. It's you know, I'm hugely proud to have played for Wales the times I have, and yeah, it's that's the thing. I think as players, you all have to aim for international honours, and it's been a huge motivating factor for me throughout my career. I last played for Wales probably 2.5 years ago, so you know, whether that opportunity comes my way again, I'm not sure, but yeah, we'll see. My first goal is to play well for this club.
Do you think, I mean, with your what you've been able to do through the years is, you know, attack the advantage line really well and be, you know, very, very dominant physical force. Are you feeling, I'm not sure, you know, Super Rugby is quicker, and then people say that, you know, Northern Hemisphere Rugby is more physical, but do you think perhaps in Super Rugby you could make a big impact in that regard?
Maybe, but I have to adapt my game to be a success here. There's no doubt about that, and that's something I'll be speaking to the coaches about, and how I can add different strengths to my game. And you're never too old to learn, I guess, in that respect. I guess playing back home, that pressure maybe isn't on you to add those extra strings to your game and improve the game in certain facets because of the way the game is played. Whereas here, I'm going to have to, and yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that under the coaches here.
Jamie, it wasn't just, you know, obviously playing with the South Africa team in South Africa is one experience, but playing against New Zealand and Australian opposition at provincial level is also going to be a new experience. Is that part of what you're looking at? Yeah,
without a doubt. I look at something I did on the Lions tour to Australia, is kind of play against those club sides, and also with Wales when we've toured New Zealand as well. Is, you know, we played against the Chiefs one game in the midweek, and yeah, look, that experience of travelling again is one reason I jumped at the opportunity to come here. You know, I love travelling, and especially with rugby. You know, I'm really looking forward to that block where we go away to New Zealand, Australia, and in Japan when we play against the Sunwolves. Because that just doesn't happen at home. It's not something you do. Yeah? You always travel, you come back, and then travel again, and then play home. It's always, but the way Super Rugby is structured, again, it's a new rugby experience, and something I'm massively looking forward to.
Jamie, just a word on Damien Willemse and that potential partnership with 10 and 12. What do you thought of him, and how do you think that will go?
Yeah, he's light on his feet. I think he stepped me about 3 times in training already. And we spoke briefly about his time at Saracens. You know, he was there a short time, but he said he learned a lot. But again, enthusiastic young man who's all the tools to you know, really shine for this club and step up to international level without a doubt.
Do you see that as part of your role here to kind of help the younger guys? Or it's just purely
Yeah, it is, and that's something John spoke to me about. And I guess, look, I'm a big believer in that you younger players you learn far more from your senior players than you ever do any coach. I'm a big believer in that. It's certainly how I felt as a younger player. And so then when you become a senior player, there's a huge responsibility on you to, yes, nurture young players, but, you know, kind of sit through their game, you know, help them develop. And yeah, that's the way I see it, and it is part of my remit here. And there are, you know, exciting young centres here. You know, someone like Ricus Pretorius, who's a Springbok 20s player. Again, hasn't played a Super Rugby match yet, but in the next, you know, in this season and the next season, he's going to have to make that step up, and he's got to be ready for it. So anything I can add to help him with his game, and not just his game, but his kind of mental approach to the game as well, and dealing with that pressure, well then all the merrier. And I enjoy doing that. It's a privilege to do that, you know, as a senior player.
Are there any questions for the coach?
No.
Yeah, sure, John.
I'm only sitting here to